Like, just because you mentioned how you can get inspiration from your friends and everything, do you, like, have anything that, have you ever written about, like, someone else in your life, whether it's friends, family, someone you don't even know, and, like, told a story about that and the interaction specifically that comes to your head?
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. When it comes to there was a song around domestic violence that I started working on, and it wasn't a personal experience, but it's like I wrote it as if it's me in that situation,
Yeah.
but that was, something that was inspired by someone else's story. Just as far as delivering a message and just my perspective and kind of, empathizing with individuals that's been through that. But even just observing what's going on in our community when it comes to violence or just anything. There's definitely, whether it's someone that went through something that had to do with, losing a loved one to violence, anything like that, there's, that also inspires me to kind of write and give them a voice. There was actually a project that a few artists out here worked on called What is Beautiful Never Dies. And that was pretty much what we did. We sat with families that lost loved ones to violence, and we kind of took their story and, created songs around our discussion with them. And even, there was one parent that showed us their son's journal, and we took pieces from his journal and, wrote a song around it. So those are just some examples.
That's amazing. That must have been really hard, but that's one of the best ways I feel like you can, I'm sure those families, even if it was hard to talk about, that's such an amazing way to honestly keep their memories and, like,
Yeah.
honestly honor them,
Yeah, that was probably like one of the most deepest, powerful projects that I've worked on.
Wow. Do you still keep in contact with them or anything like that?
Well, through social media, that's the beauty. Yeah. We all kind of stay connected. So throughout the years, we've mainly stayed connected through social media and kind of like bumping into each other at different community events. But mainly media keeps us kind of connected.
That's great. Yeah, obviously I know social media has its negative flaws, especially like as a younger student. I know it's like, aside from being a distraction, there's a lot of hate and negativity that can be spread everywhere, but it's good to know that even under all of that, there's such good happening, and the idea of staying interconnected, especially to someone that you may not directly cross paths with, but in their eyes, you've definitely done such an amazing job encapsulating something so important to them, and it's great that they'll never have to worry about fully losing contact or anything with you,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. On another note, you talked about production and your own beats and melodies. I'm just wondering if you've ever done any big collaborations or with any other local artists, or traveled to meet with other artists, anything like that.
Yeah, like the beats, the production aspect for me is still something that is more like personal. Like I haven't really put like any like there's been music to it that I co-produced that I put out there, but as far as like my own production, I haven't really done that. So when it comes to collaboration, that's kind of where a lot of my collaboration is centered, which is with other producers. One day I'll get to the point where I'll put my production out there. It's just with production, it's a little more tedious and it just takes a lot more time, but it's something that I enjoy in my own time. But like I said, with co-producing, that's been great, working with another producer, telling them what's in my mind and kind of, bringing that to life. But yeah, there's definitely been a lot of producers that I've worked with. There's a couple of artists that's like more well-known that I've had the opportunity to work with as well. But yeah, collaboration is definitely beautiful as well, kind of bringing, minds together, creativity together to create something. I always enjoy that.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like for me, like, I can relate to the idea of at least kind of looking for that or enjoying it, I'd say, because I think now, unfortunately, so when I went skiing and we were like on the chairlift, I was sitting with these two older guys and we were just chatting, whatever, talking about school, like asked me where I go to college and how that's all going. And we're starting to apply for internships, like Northeastern. I'm not sure if you know, but they have a great co-op program, and honestly, I would love to see how that aligns with people who are in music fields and like what kind of jobs they're able to do and the experience they're able to get. I know some students that worked within production companies or like radio station work, like, and that's awesome.